Hello everyone, we got Purple Vikings, we got Desiree, and we have Kennebec potatoes. That's what we just harvested. Come with me and let me show you how we harvested. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are finally going to tackle this next bed of potatoes. We're in early July, and we're gonna tackle the next 3 batches of potatoes, and they're in this bed right here. Now this is died back even more than the last 2 beds, so I'm expecting a really good harvest. I just hope I didn't wait too long on this one variety. The first thing I need to do is get this support system off so we can get to the potatoes. I can't do it that way. Too many homes. All right, so I am cutting them back so I can get the support system off. I'm pulling potatoes up, y'all. I gotta be careful. Trying to hurry a little bit here. I'm harvesting late in the day, y'all, and I normally don't harvest at night. And y'all, it's super hot too on top of everything else. So being out here in this heat, it's not healthy. That evening sun coming down on me, it's not healthy. But we gotta do what we gotta do right now, y'all. I asked my daughter to bring me some gloves. She brought me 2 left-handed gloves. I gave them back to her. I said, these 2 left-handed gloves. So she brought me 2 more gloves. Guess what? 2 more left-handed gloves. So in here, we have 3 different varieties of potatoes. I have Kennebec, I have Purple Viking, and in the front, I have Desiree. That's the 3 varieties that we're getting ready to harvest right now. Let me go grab the basket. Let me get my own gloves, and then we will get started. Okay, y'all, it's time for us to harvest the first variety, which is going to be Kennebec. I usually give Kennebec the best position, but y'all, I didn't do that this year. I gave the best position is down on the other end. This is actually the worst position in this bed, but this is where I put my Purple Vikings this year. And Purple Vikings are my favorite potato, but I had to share the wealth of good locations with some of the other varieties. And Purple Viking never disappoints, so I'm still expecting a good harvest, y'all. Look at that. That's good. Let's turn the basket like this so you can see what I'm harvesting. And y'all, this thing is full of ants. Ugh. Oh, there are ants everywhere. All right. I'm gonna have to let the ants dispatch just a little bit. But y'all, there's plenty of potatoes. The Purple Vikings died back first. I mean, some of these are all the way died, or have died all the way back is what I'm trying to say. There's nothing left. I got sweat running in my eyes, y'all. Anyway, let's get these in here. Now, I have ants in here, but the ants typically don't mess with my potatoes. So let me just stay right here on the edge and move some of the straw to the middle here. We'll move the straw over here to the next variety, and then we'll switch it back out. There's a lot of straw in this bed too. Let's work right here in front. And y'all, that right there, that's a big potato. Got sweat in my eyes. Ants on my arms, sweat in my eyes, y'all. We're having some issues. Some of these are split because I should have harvested them a long time ago. I think there is a total of 10 potatoes in here. 10 Purple Viking potatoes. So I'm expecting a pretty decent harvest over here. When I planted the Purple Viking, I had some people tell me I was planting them too close together. Well, y'all, I don't want a Purple Viking any bigger than this right here. This is big enough for me. If I plant them any farther apart, y'all, I get these huge, massive potatoes that's misshapen, and that's not what I want. I want a nice potato, and that is a gorgeous potato right there. Some of you already know that we've already harvested 50 pounds of potatoes this year already. I usually average right at 100 pounds, at least for the last 2 years I have, of potatoes. And that's my early harvest and my late harvest together. And I already be at 50 pounds and I haven't harvested the main bed, which I consider this to be the main bed. I think we're doing pretty good. Again, like I said, ants are everywhere, y'all. And wires, apparently. I've been growing potatoes in this bed right here now for several years. I just make sure that I amend it very well when I plant it. And so far, every year, I've gotten great harvests. So hopefully this year won't disappoint as well. I'm going to work on the front side here and then we'll work our way back. So I think I've only harvested 1 or 2. They're falling off, so I can't really tell you which one they're coming from. Uh-oh. And I got to the white potatoes, so I went too far that way. All right. I think that's the first 2 potatoes right there. That's 2 potatoes, or 2 seed potatoes, I should say. Now I'm moving back to the next batch. I have Kennebec and the Purple Vikings. And these are some gorgeous Purple Vikings. Look at that, y'all. Basket full of Purple Vikings right there. But I am happy so far, and I haven't even got through the whole bed yet, but I am super happy with the Purple Vikings. They're just sitting here looking at me, y'all. I just see them like, here I am, come get me. Look at that. Alicia will be back in a minute, and she's going to work on the Desiree down on the other end, so we can kind of speed this evening harvest up. Now this bed has been drying out for well over a week at this point now. So the potatoes are nice and dry. We haven't had any rain or anything like that, so we're in good shape there. The soil is so soft. Now the one thing that I didn't do last year that I always do, and that is put the straw on top of my potatoes. I didn't do it last year. I don't remember the why. I don't know if I got lazy. I don't remember what the details were as to the why, but I didn't do it. This year, I made sure I put it on all of my potatoes. They all got it, except for maybe a box or 2. Other than that, everything did get a very, very thick layer of straw. Lots of fertilizer up front. And when I say fertilizer, I am specifically talking about bone meal, blood meal, and a general fertilizer. That's the fertilizer that I like to use. I did not give it any additional fertilizer after that at all. All right, and now I'm going to keep moving back. Now I am finding smaller potatoes the farther back this way I go. And this back here doesn't get as much sun. Again, this is the worst spot in the whole bed. So not surprised that there's some small potatoes back off in here. And some decent potatoes too. All right. There's a few decent ones from the back side there. Not quite as big, but they're decent. But a lot more small ones back here. Now, Alicia's picking some Desiree. Show them a decent Desiree. Here's a decent Desiree right here. It's a nice red, white flesh potato. All right, y'all, this is a nice size basket here. I'm not quite done yet. Still have all of these on this back side to do. Not many, but the back side nonetheless. Ugh. Worm. Big worm. See, these stayed a little long. Look, they split open. when we got all that rain a few weeks ago. It's healed over, so it'll be fine. But the Purple Vikings should have come out. I'm going to run to the back side, make sure I get all the potatoes from the back side. Why is there a tool? There's a piece of metal in my bed. How? What? That was weird. It's not one of my tools either. I don't know where that came from. So this is our Purple Viking haul right here. There it is. It's a full basket, y'all. That's Purple Viking. I'm going to move on down and pick the next variety. So these are Alicia's potatoes right here. And she's got a ton of them right here. She's missing a lot of them right now. I am going to use this container. And I am going to work on the Kennebec. Kennebec's supposed to be a really, really good, I didn't say excellent, but a good storage potato. It's white. It's an all-around potato. It's good for everything. So let's see how we're going to do it Purple Viking. Last year, I had massive Purple Vikings, and half of them were rotten because I let them die all the way back, which I don't normally do, but I did it. I shouldn't have. Folks told me it's better to let your potatoes die all the way back. If you do that, you'll get bigger potatoes. They were bigger and they were rotten. They were slimy rotten, actually. But this is a beautiful, beautiful Kennebec right here. These Kennebecs have very thin skin, so I got to be extra careful with them. Now, some people are going to say, well, your Kennebecs could have went a little longer, or Kennebec. I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. Some are going to say they could have went a little longer, but y'all, I prefer to pick them and have a smaller harvest, but a harvest nonetheless, versus a harvest that's rotten in the ground. These had not died back as far as the other two, but in my mind, it was good enough. For the first round anyway. And then we'll get a second round in here and we'll keep this space producing. And I know I'm on the back side, so you can't see everything I'm doing, but I'm here. I'm grabbing potatoes. And you should be able to see that the basket's filling up if you can't see anything else. When I say a Kennebec is a good all-around potato, I mean you can use it for baking, mashing. You can use it for salads, roasting. It's good for everything. They're really pretty right now too. At least the ones I see are pretty. The Kennebecs are definitely smaller this year than last year. By a lot. That is a gorgeous potato. See how clean it is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's heavy, Elise. What you doing? That's heavy. Why you put all of them in there? So my camera is about to go dead, so I'm going to have to turn the camera off. I will show you the final red potatoes, the final Kennebec. We'll weigh everything up. I'm going to have to turn the camera off or my battery is going to die again. Okay, y'all, here it is, folks. This is what we got. Our Desiree, that's probably 10 pounds. Our Purple Viking, that's probably more than 10 pounds. And our Kennebec, hopefully 10 pounds. That's what we're hoping for anyway. Let's get it weighed up. Alicia, you want to put the Desiree in a bag for me so we can weigh it up? And I will put these in a bag over here. Doing Purple Viking first. Actually, let's do Kennebec first because I think that's going to be the smallest weight. We'll do Kennebec, Desiree, and then Purple Viking. I didn't have any rotted Kennebecs this time. They are smaller than last year, but I definitely got more this year because none of them rotted. I mean, there's still some decent sized Kennebecs here. I do have a few with just a little bit of green spots on them. they're not that bad. We'll be able to cut them off. We took our time, y'all, and we really cleaned that bed out as best we could anyway. The Kennebec, again, very thin skin, so I'm trying to be careful with them. I had some people ask me, do I heal my potatoes? And the answer is no, I don't heal my potatoes. I just give them a really good mulch. I plant them 4 to 6 inches deep, fertilize them really well, mulch really well, and y'all, that's it. That's all I do. The only time I will come back and add more soil is if I didn't have enough soil to begin with and I was out. Okay, I'm getting ready to weigh the Kennebecs. All right, here we go. 15.91. 15.91. So that's like 16 pounds, which is more than a pound of potato because I believe, y'all, I don't forgot. I'll have to go back and double check, but we're at 15.91 pounds. 15.91 just of Kennebec. Ugh. All right, let me write it down. I'm going to go ahead and do the Purple Viking while Alicia is still working on emptying her basket. We'll do Purple Viking. Uh-oh, Purple Viking isn't as much. 14.56 pounds. 14.56. So that's less than the Kennebec. Is that it? All right, I'm going to get the grass out. Make sure we're only weighing potatoes. It looks like there's one Purple Viking in there, but that's okay. We got to get it counted anyway. And so this is Desiree. 12.84. 12.84 is what we got on this one. All right, so we got Desiree in third place with 12.84 pounds. Purple Vikings in second place with 14.56 pounds. And Kennebec has 15.91 pounds for a grand total right here on the screen. And so that's a pretty nice harvest to be adding to the 50 pounds we've already harvested. Y'all, we are almost at the total amount that I had all of last year. And I still have 2 boxes and 5 grow bags left to do for the first round of potatoes. And the second round is already going. A nice potato harvest with you in the hot sun late in the evening when it's too hot to really be out here. But we got it done, didn't we?
Yes.
All right, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll have more harvest videos, among other things, in the garden to come. So I hope to see you back here again real soon. Bye, everybody.